Okay, switching gears back to our last paragraph. So, this is the hardest paragraph to write because everything that you are going to say in your conclusion, you've already said before. So basically, it's just a reminder to your reader what you've talked about throughout your paper. I find it the hardest to write because it's a lot of rewording things that I've already reworded. It's a lot of that. And it is kind of frustrating for students because it's hard to do. I'm not going to lie to you and tell you that it's easy. It's not. So, I'm going to do my best to try to give you some ideas on how to start sentences and things like that. But ultimately, this is going to be a lot of you coming up with things on your own. So the first thing that I want you to do is I want you to pick a conclusion word or a transition word for your conclusion. So for your paraphrase thesis, I want you to pick one of these two, in conclusion or to conclude. Just a reminder that there is a comma after both of those because they are transitions. So please make sure that you include that comma whenever you pick whichever one. I chose in conclusion. So if you want to choose in conclusion, go for it. If you want to choose to conclude, go for it. Okay, so now you are going to go back to your thesis statement and you are going to reword your thesis statement. And like I said, this is difficult because you've already written it once. You've kind of already written it twice. So I'm going to remind you of my thesis statement and then I'm going to tell you of my reworded thesis statement and hopefully that'll give you some ideas. So my original thesis statement was, Ronald Reagan was a hero because of his contributions to bringing down the Berlin Wall and his empathy towards people. My reworded thesis statement is, in conclusion, Ronald Reagan was heroic during his presidency because of his commitment to reunifying Germany and his compassion for United States citizens. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to this thesis slide. And these were the three that I gave you. I want you to pick a different one than you picked for your original thesis. Pick a different one for your paraphrase thesis, and it's going to make starting that sentence a lot easier.
Do you have to? Could you put, like, then he's a hero at the end?
Sure, yeah. So you could say something like, in conclusion, bringing down the Berlin Wall and compassion towards others is what makes Ronald Reagan a hero. Absolutely, love that. Love that idea.
I don't know if you said this, but, like, so one type of paper, where's the space about together?
Yes, yes. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to give you, let's do 5 minutes for this, and then we will move on to our paraphrase lead. Okay, so we are going to move on to our paraphrase lead. So this is where you are going to explain the characteristics of heroism that your hero possesses. So I am going to kind of ask you to answer this question. How do these characteristics match a hero? How do those characteristics match your person? So you're going to say something along the lines of, a hero is, kind of referencing what you did in your original lead, and you're going to say how your hero matches that. So here's my example. My original lead was, heroism is when someone goes above and beyond for other people. Heroes put the good of others before themselves. So my new lead is, characteristics of heroism can be many things. A hero must have compassion and bravery to be a true leader. Okay? What characteristics must your hero possess in order to be considered a hero? 2 sentences is your best bet here. 2 sentences is the best option. 3 would be even better. What characteristics does your person have? But don't say their name. Don't say their name because we're going to talk about their name and who they are in the bridge. You just want to say general comments about heroism. Yes, Cameron.
Yeah.
Lead.
The bridge comes first.
Yeah. That's what I was about to just say.
You're right. I've been saying lead. It's bridge. I'm sorry. It's bridge. Because it goes in opposite order. I've been saying it wrong. Sorry. Yes. Bridge, not lead. Bridge. Sorry. Yep, I have it wrong on my paper here. Yep. That's my bad. That's my bad. Okay, so bridge, paraphrase bridge. Characteristics of a hero without saying your hero's name. Okay, now, this is where you tie back in your person and how they relate to what you just said, the characteristics that you just said. So, my example says, explain how your hero has those characteristics, whatever characteristics you said in your bridge. You're going to explain how your character, or how, I keep saying character, how your hero shows those characteristics. So my sentence says, Ronald Reagan has these characteristics. He showed bravery by standing up to Mr. Gorbachev and compassion with his charity efforts. Okay? Tell me how your person, how your hero, has the characteristics that you listed in your paraphrase lead. Okay? I don't think we need all 5 minutes. I think we just need about 4, and then we use the last minute for social time. So I'm going to only give you 4 minutes this time to write your paraphrase lead. Okay, here's our last couple sentences of our paper. I need your voices off. You're just cutting into your writing time, so I'll wait for you. Okay, so for your paraphrased hook, you are going to reword your hook. Of course, that's what this whole paragraph is about, is rewording things. You are going to put in your own words what is being said in your quote that you chose. What does the author of your quotation mean by saying what they are saying? Start with something like, as blank said. I told you to make sure that in your hook you picked a quotation that had an author. So, so make sure that you're including your author's name there. So if you remember, I don't know if it's on here. No. Okay, so my original hook was, when the will defies fear, when duty throws the gauntlet down to fate, when honor scorns to compromise with death, that is heroism. And my author was Ingersoll. So I said in my paraphrased hook, as Ingersoll said, heroes look fear, duty, and honor in the face in an act of heroism. It doesn't have to be more than one sentence. It can just be one sentence. But do not make it so that it's just you saying the same words again. I can read. I've already read it once. I don't need to read it word for word again. I need you to reword it or put it in your own words. Tell me what that quote means to you. Okay? I'm going to give you 3 minutes.